Hey everybody, Jamin here.
Hey everybody, it's Christopher from Ontario, Canada here.
And from here in Michigan, near the Canadian border, just an hour away from Christopher, I'm Marco.
Super cool. And I'm on Whidbey Island, Washington, and here in the Salish Sea. And we're tonight going to talk about the sign-up page, how to sign up to present at the press conference. So I'm going to screen share and you guys just jump in with any questions or comments. So let's start at the home page of thepressconference.org, which has a lot of good information, basic facts, welcome, other resources. This is a press conference I did with former Mexican President Vicente Fox and a bunch of other folks in 2013, which is an example of a transformational press conference. Well, now we're taking it to a whole new level with Zoom and the Zoomosphere, and it's really the world speaks. It's the people's press conference. So from the homepage, go to the sign up page if you want to present. So, learn all about it here and in the different videos and everything else. And if you'd like to present for 2 minutes at the first press conference on November 19th, or on any Thursday following that, click here, sign up, present. All right, I'm going to read through this. The video we're making right now is going to fit right here. So that's just a placeholder video, but I'm just going to walk through it. To sign up to present at a press conference, you're going to enter your personal information. You're going to choose when you want to do your 2-minute presentation and pick a title and other basic information about it. And in section 3, you're going to specify when you want to hold your recurring open house, where anyone can come and talk to you on Zoom. At least once a month. You could do it once a week. You could do it daily. I mean, we do it 24/7 with TheConversation.cc, but we're kind of special. Anyway, the basic idea is this: you will debut yourself and your open house to the world through your 2-minute presentation at the press conference. All who watch your presentation, either real time or watching the recording later, and are interested will be able to add your open house to their calendar, and they'll be able to talk with you at your next open house. That's the basic idea. Debut yourself, showcase yourself, and a specific topic that you'd like. It could be your general debut to the open house, or it could be a debut to a specific conversation that you talk about at the open house, or it could be both. It's whatever you want to make of it. You got 2 minutes. So part 1, your contact information. This is really basic. I'm just going to fill it out. So it already fills everything in here. It's got the wrong country, so let's just let's skip that one. But anyway, title of your presentation. I'm going to put here food healers. All right, I'm going to talk about food healers, and we're going to talk about feeding everyone. All right, and I'll talk more about this and Dr. Silas Rao. And is co-leads with me, and all are welcome. All right, so that's my preferred date for presenting. Yeah, I definitely want to be at the first press conference. Basically, you can pick whatever Thursday you want out to February 2021. And but I'll go with the first. And then what time? I'm going to go from 1 to 2. The 12 to 1 spots are filling up, so get yours while they last. They'll probably be filled by tomorrow morning. So if you want 12 to 1, please go ahead and sign up. You can always resubmit this form later with any updates. Just make sure it's consistent, including changing the time and all that. And then please let us know of any flexibility you have in date and time. Just let us know if you're flexible. We'd like to know that. And I'll just put, I'm totally flexible. Anytime from 12 noon to 5 p.m. is fine. That's me, but if you're flexible, be flexible. If you're not, great. So that's part 2. Any questions or comments about part 2? scheduling your
It seems
presentation.
pretty straightforward.
Okay. And so now I'm going to talk about, what is my open house, where I'm going to be talking about, where we're going to talk about food healers. Well, the food healers program itself is an open house, and it's open to everyone. We really want everyone there, really, no kidding. And when too many people show up, that's a good problem to have. So in the video here, there's two criteria for presenting at the press conference. The first, and I'm going to go back to video here so we can see each other better. So the first criterion is that your presentation, your open house, what you have to offer, what you have to contribute, fundamentally has to be in line with saving, healing, and transforming life on Earth, right? And well, according to whose definition? That's a really important question. And our preliminary answer is very simple: yours. So if it fits your criteria for saving, healing, and transforming life on Earth, welcome. Seriously, it's as simple as that. Now, the best criteria for saving, healing, and transforming life on Earth, we'll talk about that over time. That's an interesting conversation. But all I'm really saying is it's a really low bar. You just have to basically have good intentions for life on Earth, for saving, healing, and transforming life on Earth. You don't have to know how bad the problems are. You don't have to know what the best solutions are. You just have to come with an open heart and an open mind and this pure intention of saving, healing, and transforming life on Earth. Anything more to say about that, Christopher or Marco?
Yeah, no, it's it doesn't have to be a super serious conversation. It just has to be a good one. I'm pretty sure we all know the difference between good and evil. Evil not welcome.
Here's the thing. I just thought of a great idea. Let me give a perfect example of a community that we need to create. And it's called, listen to this, this would be an open house called Amateurs Trying to Make Sense of SRM. Because when I start talking SRM, I start thinking, albedo and inflated, and the thing is, I come from a family of scientists and engineers. And so it's just like, it's what we talked about around the breakfast table, dinner table. It's what we do. It's what we talk about. It's what we think about. And, but I think I'm leaving a lot of people behind. So I want to create an open house called Amateurs Trying to Make Sense of, I don't want to call it SRM for Dummies. I don't like that title. But Amateurs Trying to Make Sense of SRM. What is this? And then it's a safe space to talk about our confusion about it and say, wait a second, I thought this. Well, is it that? Right? And it's a safe space to ask all these questions, and we're going to come up with a Q&A. And even a way of how do we explain it to people that's simple, right? That's clear, right? Anyway, that's an example. So look, it doesn't have to be some groundbreaking thing. It can be an educational process, right? Because we need to get amateurs on board. This becomes the on-ramp, because guess what? 99.999% of humanity are amateurs relative to SRM. Doesn't that make sense? Are you guys inspired by that, or is this like boring?
No, there's definitely going to be a market for that, because I do get those questions of basically what is SRM, and I get those kind of caught in the headlights.
Totally. Yeah. So let's create a safe space for it, and a space to just really pioneer getting this clear for everyone, and maybe having like ultimately like a ride on Togetherland, You know how you got like the little kids rides? We need a little kids ride for SRM. And then we need a 5 to 10-year-old ride, and then a 10 to 15-year-old ride, and then age 15 and up, right? We need these different kinds of rides on SRM. Anyway, these are examples, but my point is educational stuff, welcome. Support groups, welcome. Grieving circles, welcome, right? You don't have to be like, unifying the four forces of physics and doing some groundbreaking Einsteinian stuff. No, the opposite, right? People who are depressed because of climate change, welcome. People who are depressed because of whatever, grieving. Again, I could go on and on, but okay, enough on that. Unless anyone has anything to add, just jump in if you do. Okay, back to screen share and back to the sign up process. So I'm going to create an open house. I'm going to kind of do something bold here. Name of the recurring open house, let's call it Feed Everyone. Yeah, Feed Everyone. That'll be the name of the recurring open house. Description of your open house. We are all about feeding everyone in the world. And we have some great ideas to share and build upon. We meet at different times per week, but for sure, Jamin is on, let's put Jamin Shively, is on Fridays, 7 to 9 a.m., 7 to 9 p.m. Let's see. We actively seek connections, cross-pollination, and field trips to and from other open houses related to feeding everyone, right? Feed everyone, that says it all. And the mission and purpose and whatnot is feed everyone. Feed everyone and do it in a way which heals Mother Earth, right? Same time. I'll just leave it at that. And what can people expect for your open house? Beautiful, exponentially growing planetary community committed to feeding everyone. And in time, 7, let's see, Fridays. So you just fill it out, 7 to 9 a.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. Okay. And then links to websites. I'm going to find this video that I've got and paste it in there. Open house conference info. Oh, what's that? Well, you can fill in that, or you can just check here. Yes, give me a Zoom room for my recurring open house. You do it for me. I don't want to do it myself. And we'll email it to you. We'll email you the link, and it'll be the breakout. It'll be in a breakout room of the Zoom room that we send you. The Zoom room will be TheConversation.cc, and we'll schedule your recurring open house there. Are you starting this open house now, or have you been running it for a while? We have been running food healers within this open house for many months at least 6 months. I don't know, at least 7 months. I forget. We'll have to go back. But anyway, it's been a long time and really well spent. We just now named the open house. Feed everyone. To set some examples as to how we can merge myriad conversations together under a broader umbrella, right? Anyway, more on that later, but that's just for starters. And please, if I have any questions, needs, or comments, yes, I have questions about, this merging of, of conversations, such as food healers with open houses, such as Feed Everyone, right? And I'm going to discuss that with Silas tomorrow morning in like 11 hours from now. Anyway, so there you go. And I'll put the link into chat of the video that I'm going to submit. And I could always add that later if I wanted to by just resubmitting this form and just saying, hey, I wanted to add something, because what we don't have is a thing where you can log in and all that. Anyway, so I'm just hitting submit. Oh, it's telling me my phone is required, so I'll deal with that. But anyway, that's it. Any questions or comments? Anything anyone would like to ask or comment on?
I'm good. I think it's all pretty straightforward.
Okay, cool. So anyway, any other final comments about the sign up? I mean, so you sign up, we'll get your information, we'll get back in touch with you and confirm when your speaking slot will be for your 2-minute presentation. And then of course, we'll be in ongoing back and forth communication about, snack bar and everything else. And of course, I just want people to be very clear on one thing. Feel free to submit for multiple presentations that you would like to create. And multiple presentations, multiple 2-minute presentations that you give can point to the same open house. That's totally fair. You could have one open house that meets once a month, and you could have literally a dozen different presentations that point to that and say, hey, we talk about this at that open house. We also talk about this. We also talk about this. We also talk about this. No problem, because there's a lot of different conversations that need to kind of have to happen in parallel, and they need to be mashed up. So this is a way to organize and orchestrate all that. And if you have friends, again, let's take the free energy open house. You could imagine lots of different people doing different 2-minute presentations on different aspects of free energy. That's all fair. That's all totally fine, right?
Definitely different areas of free energy being explored. People exploring from, a lot of, some people consider solar free energy, although there's, costs involved in your setup. Others think 0 point energy is the only true free energy. Of course, all the other free energy people out there will each have their own. Some deal with, what do they call them? Earth engines that work on magnetic principles.
Well, I just got an idea. Why don't you do a 2-minute presentation on the topic of the principal facets of free energy? Have that point to an open house on free energy, but one of the conversations therefore becomes, what are these main facets? You know, does solar count? Does this count? Does that count? How do you chunk it out? How do how do you begin to organize it? And I'm sure lots of people have worked on that already, but it's time for a conversation about that. That's the point. Yes, a lot of people have thought about it. A lot of people have published about it. There's a lot of stuff that's happened in the rearview mirror. What's happening now about it? We need to make that happen now. We need to understand the space of free energy and have a living, breathing conversation about it, or a whole network of a whole chunk of the network of conversations be about that.
Yeah, Chris has been doing more research into that.
Yeah, I can definitely sign away my time slot to that venture. I was actually going to do that.
Yeah.
And again, I want to make the point, Christopher, since you just said I want to assign my time slot to that. You can speak more than once on different topics if you want. You know, like, listen, let me give you a perfect example. Let's say perfect example where you don't have to create another open house. You could do a segment, a 2-minute presentation that says called Food Healers of Canada. Just consider you do it. And you point it to the Feed Everyone open house where I got your back, right? And you know, you're there. And so when people pop in from Canada and say, hey, I heard about this Feed Everyone, eh? I heard about, you know, Feed Canada, eh? You know, and then they pop in, and then you're like, yeah, let's go to a breakout room, you know, and do the secret Canadian handshake or whatever. And then, you know, you then start to form a Canadian community, which could then explode, right?
Right. There'll be whiskey there, right? Eh?
Well, I was just about to say, Canada will break out of the golden triangle of hockey, whiskey, and what's the other thing? Molson Canadian. It'll break out of that golden triangle, and then there'll be like a fourth pillar, which is feed the world, right? So anyway. So anyway, the bottom line is just whenever something calls to you and you say, listen, this is important, right? Sign up to talk for 2 minutes. Talk to the world about it for 2 minutes. Listen, if it's that important, it's important to talk to it's important for the world to hear about, and important for the world to have a place to go to talk about it, where there's some leadership. So this is about people taking the lead and saying, hey, I'm happy to take the lead on a public conversation on this. And I'm going to actively seek other conversations that are out there in the network of conversations. Anyway, we're getting a bit deep. This video is really, I'm going to pause recording at least because we're getting a bit loquacious, but we're getting loquacious for a reason. Why? The point is, don't hesitate to sign up. Please sign up. It's easy. Right. It's free. And we're talking about a two minutes of your time presenting. Now, you're going to want to stick around and network. There's a lot of fun in that, but there's no obligation to do that, right? If you just want to come and make your presentation and then you're busy, because guess what? You can follow up with people on Snackbar. You can go to their open house and say, hey, I couldn't make it to the after party, but here I am at your open house. I really wanted to hear what you have to say and get to know you, getting to know you. That's what this is all about. Let the world get to know you in a safe context. What could be safer than having your open house in a breakout room like we're in right now on TheConversation.cc, where you've generally got folks like the three of us, you know, taking care of the campfire, making sure everyone's taken care of, and weeding out the occasional Zoom bomber. They're very infrequent these days. Have you noticed? I think Zoom's doing a better job weeding them out with AI and whatnot. But anyway, bottom line, it's a very safe space. So everyone's welcome. Feel free to create your open houses here in TheConversation.cc, as many as you need. And feel free to sign up as many times as you need for the press conference. You can sign up multiple times for a given press conference. You can sign up for multiple press conferences, right? Those of us who are not afraid to jump in, we need to show them how it's done. So jump in multiple times and then people will see, wow, that looks like fun. Okay, I'll do it. Right? We need to make this safe for everyone. So feel free to set the example by doing it as many times as you're comfortable. And you have important things to say, right? I've got a bunch that I want to do, but I don't want to be a microphone hog. But guess what? If we don't fill up 100 for the first press conference, I'll fill up some of the empty seats. I'll be happy to. So don't hesitate to apply. Worst that can happen is we bump you to the next one. Apply, 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 or sign up rather, just like we showed you today. Any other questions or comments or words of inspiration so that our sisters and brothers will say, yes, I'm going to sign up and present for 2 minutes on something near and dear to my heart.
The only thing I can think of is having to deal with what I always refer to as the good problem to have, that there's not going to be enough space at the first press conference. And
that's
lucky
a great
for
problem.
Lucky for those people, there's a second press conference.
Exactly.
And a third and a fourth, but it's always good to be the first.
Yeah, so please sign up early so that you guarantee you get your spot. Because we'll when we hit 100, that's it, for the first press conference.
Yeah,
good point, Mark.
If your project or conversation is important to you, don't wait. Don't wait too long to get on that page, sign up page at the pressconference.org and fill out the application so you're sure to get your spot. At least once, 1-2 minutes. 2 minutes is not a lot of time, but it's time well spent.
Yeah, because we're running out of time to come together and sort this out. So let's do it. Or let's at least act like we're running out of time, even if we're not, because it's better the precautionary principle dictates that it's better to act with tremendous urgency, given the warnings. So please don't delay. We need you. Mother Earth needs you. Life on Earth needs you. Your sisters and brothers need you. Canada needs you, eh?
You know it.
All right. See, and we're bringing all these different countries and peoples together and cultures and everything else. All right, my brothers. Anything else for the moment?
I think we're there.
All right, love it. And to you who are watching, please sign up. You'll love it. It's so fun. And it really is a safe space. I'll be there for every press conference, introducing everyone and holding space. And so I'm sure Marco and Christopher will be there and so many other people. Yeah. So just join us and we'll have a wonderful time together. All right.
Absolutely.
Thanks, everyone. All right. Marco, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jamin.
Christopher, brother, thank you so much.
Chris.
All right. And you who are watching, we look forward to meeting you. So join us.
See you, Marco.
Thanks, everybody. See you soon.